Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah, for joining me today.
Oh,
So nice to talk to you.
it's my pleasure, Loretta. My pleasure.
Um, so Sarah, I would love you just to begin by introducing yourself and I guess a little bit of a backstory about how we met and
Yep,
what
yep.
prompted you to start learning Reiki with me.
Okay, all right. So I'll go back to the beginning. I think I started Reiki about 15 odd years ago. So I've done it slowly. So I did Reiki 1 about 15 years ago. And I just remember being so thrilled to learn that there was this universal energy that you could tap into. I was just like, oh, wow, and there's guides and all these magical things you can do with by tapping into the energy. And I remember the first night after I'd been to the first session, I stayed up half the night waiting for some guides to come in maybe and talk to me. It was great. It was really lovely. So I did Reiki 1, and then it took me another, probably 5 odd years before I did Reiki 2. And yeah, once again, then learning all about how you could heal across space and time was like, yes. Yeah. And it all made sense really, because, time is not linear. So of course you can heal across space and time. So that was great. And then I didn't do anything for a while once again. So yeah, it's been a slow journey for me. And I came across you in our corporate world. And it was so great because it really was a prompt to get me going again. And I'll never forget that day. We were both sitting there and it was a full moon was coming, and you brought in a crystal for me. And we were sitting there and suddenly all this energy just came flooding in. And we're like blissing out on this beautiful energy. And then okay. And then back to our computers. It was wonderful. I still remember it well. So then, because I knew you and I was coming up to, there was going to be some personal things going on in my life that, just part of life, the cycle of life. But I thought I needed to ensure I was connected to as much love as possible through this time. So I was not, of course, fear was coming up, but I just wanted to tap in as much as I could to love. So I thought, Loretta, and I hadn't seen you for a year or two. So I found you. I think I've still been getting some crystals from you here and there. And I thought, all right, I'll just go and do Reiki's, Loretta's, 3A. And that will just help me remember all the things about Reiki that I should remember. That was just amazing. It was beautiful. Yeah. So then I thought, well, why not continue? And so I did my mastership with you as well. Yeah. Yeah. So that's basically the story of how I went through my Reiki journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love, again, like, you came into level 1 at a time when probably it was just perfect for that level,
Yeah.
whatever was going on then. And like you said, it was obviously for a reason for you to tap into, a higher realm, more spirituality, and
Yeah.
kind of connect at that deeper level. And then obviously, as you've continued on, it's like you're receiving that pull, feeling the pull to continue at when other things were happening in different times of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But even with Reiki 1, I can remember it would calm my children. I could calm my horse down because I was living in the country. There was just so many things you could do, even with Reiki 1. That
Absolutely.
self practice, just that grounding. Yeah, soothing yourself. Yeah. It's so powerful. Just
So
even that
powerful.
level. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Even at level 1, for sure.
Mm,
I was very similar in that, I waited a few years between my level 1 and level 2. And again, I look back now and I can say oh, there's no way I would have been ready for level 2, like, you know, just months after my level 1. Like, I needed that time in
Yeah,
between.
to
Yeah.
integrate it. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
we're really on different journeys, and it's really important that we just honor that. Through your mastership, obviously you said that, you know, you came in and you knew that there was some personal stuff going on, and you wanted the support during that
yeah.
period. Although I think it took maybe our second session together, and well, from the very first session together, I met your tribe.
Yep, I can feel them now. They're enjoying being talked about.
I remember, I think we had a phone chat, didn't we? We had a phone chat about your
Yep,
mastership, and I think as soon as I got on the phone, I was like, whoa, you're not alone like this.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. It was yeah, so the mastership, I was thinking about that. So I mean, it's nearly like a quest to find your true essence, isn't it? So I love the way you taught it, because it was not, because I've had the comparison with other teachers too. So, you know, you're all imparting this wisdom and this knowledge and these skills to learn Reiki. Okay. And everyone can do that part. But the difference with you is that you really make it individual, and you find the space for us to expand into, and you lift us up, and you allow us to flourish in a way that other teachers, well, it's not what I mean, you know, it's not just a teacher's role. So you're coaching, it's a soul journey, it's a quest. So it's hard at times, easier at other times, and so on. It's all absolutely right for what, you know, right at the moment, and what you need at the time. But yeah, I mean, it's pushed me beyond what I ever thought I would be doing, really. You know, like,
Yeah.
really? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember that first session. It wasn't really about, you know, it was about your personal journey, and they were more about the intentions you were coming in for. But
yeah.
my goodness, there was such a big push from your tribe,
Mm, mm.
telling you that, you know, it's time for you to step into your light, and for you to step into a role as a healer as well. And that was like, I remember I remember you were like, okay, like,
That's not what I'm doing this for. You know, that wasn't what I signed up for at all. Sorry. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes I would leave just going, oh my gosh, what did we discover on that journey? Yeah.
amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So it was very special for me as well, because I had dabbled in past life experiences with other clients and students and that kind of stuff, but with you, it was the very first time that I had really journeyed properly, you know, with
Yeah.
someone during a session, and um, like not just once, but it was
No.
the same lifetime, right?
Yeah. We kept going back so we
Yeah,
could keep asking more about it. Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
incredible. I'm getting
That
all
one didn't end well, did it? That one.
it didn't end well. It didn't end well, but so many lessons from it, right? There was just so many lessons from there. It was
Yeah. Oh,
both
absolutely.
for both of us as well. It was
Mm.
incredible. So um I just, like, I was so honored to be on that journey with you, because for me it was just mind blowing. You know, every session I felt like we were in a series, and it was like, what episode is it tonight? You know?
That's right. Where are we going to go? No, it was, wasn't it? It was truly amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was
No,
really, really fun.
and yeah, and since then, you know, you look back and you forget, but you know, things have certainly changed. Firstly, I mean, because I think I finished, you know, at the beginning of the pandemic, so we had a lot of distant, you know, distant sessions before the ceremony. So it was the beginning of the pandemic, and you know, I look back now and I think Reiki has really helped me get through this. Yeah, like it's been a tool that has really assisted me to just stay in the now, see the bigger picture. Yeah, yeah. Approach it all, you know, not all the time, of course, but as much as possible, approach it with love, not fear, all those things. And it really has assisted just in, you know, just for, you know, and that's not a minor thing, really, if you think about it.
No, not at all. Not at all. I have to say, like, as a teacher and having had the honor of taking so many students through learning Reiki just before the pandemic and even through the pandemic, like, it's been incredible because I've heard that from so many saying,
Yeah,
I feel like Reiki has been, you know, one of the tools that has really, really helped me just with my mental health and with
yeah,
my emotional health, um,
absolutely.
not not separating myself from love, you know, from
Mm.
love, 'cause it's so easy to do, right? It's very easy to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's just, you know, that's one benefit alone. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. That's really, really
Mm.
beautiful. And I wanted to ask you now, because obviously so much has changed in your world since you graduated,
Yes. Yeah.
and you have finally stepped into that place of
Yeah,
healing others.
yeah, I have actually. You know, it took a while. It did take me a while to see that in myself. Yeah.
I
But
I
I have,
remember I remember there was you know, quite a bit of I get not concern or worry or anything like that, but there was a bit of hesitation from you because I remember you just, you know, you saying, okay, I understand, but how am I going
yeah,
to do it?
exactly.
Like, I don't know how to do that.
I'm just going to turn my light on because it's
Yeah,
not,
go
I
for
think
it.
there's
Yeah, so you were yeah, you were just going to talk about how I guess
yes.
at the time it felt quite overwhelming for you to even think about starting a practice, and how do I heal, and how do I be a practitioner
Yes.
and start a business and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
um
absolutely. Yep.
and I
So
remember, yeah, I
yeah.
remember you just I remember with that, like, I just kept saying to you, you just have to start. You just have to, like, there's a
That's right.
very clear message that you just have to start, and it feels like everything is just going to flow for you. And
Yeah.
looking back now, do you feel like that message was about right?
Yeah, no, it definitely was about right. Absolutely. Yeah, it was about learning to trust that I could, you know, that it could happen, and it would be possible. And yeah, and now I'm doing it, and it's just, I cannot, you would understand too. I'm just always touched by the it's such an honor to take people on these journeys, you know, because you're taking them home, you're empowering them, you're connecting them to their higher self, the unconditional love that's there. That's what I always, it just, it's amazing. It's waiting for everyone, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. It is really, really special, and it is such a gift to be able to just be in that container and share that journey with somebody.
Yeah.
um, Whether it's just for one session, right, or whether it's multiple, and it's just so, so special, so sacred,
Yeah.
so
It
sacred.
is. Yeah, it really is. And then, you know, and it's just such a thrill when people uh, weeks later are saying, oh, you know, it was really made a difference, and you know, yeah, it's made a shift in my life and all those things. It's just, yeah, it's an honor, and I'm thrilled. Yeah, I'm just so excited about being able to do that for people.
So
Yeah.
special. So talk a little bit about what you do now, because you don't just practice Reiki, but
No.
you also bring in other modalities, and I'd love you just to share a little bit about that and what they are.
Okay. All right. So it is all set up around Reiki. So the session I set up a Reiki container first, I feel, or a space. So there's always Reiki involved. And then what I do is I take people on journeys into their Akashic Records. I sort of don't see myself as the crystal practitioner, but I actually am, because I always have. I go to the cupboards and pull out what I think. Once I open up the Reiki, then I go and pull the cards and grab the crystals, and often we'll do a grid for someone, all those things. So that's part of it. And then primarily now I'm taking people up into their records, their soul library, basically. And there they connect to their higher self, their guides, their inner wisdom, unconditional love. Yeah, you can ask any question about anything. You can heal past lives. You can heal ancestral wounds, heal DNA. You can also, you know, collapse false timelines and set up master timelines. Yeah, it's beautiful. So, but the Reiki is definitely a part of it. I couldn't have done the Akashic Records without the Reiki. They're definitely part of the same, part of the whole journey. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, that's amazing, Sarah. I know even personally, I've had a couple of sessions with you, and um, it's just such an experience. I really encourage everyone, if you haven't ever been up to the records or accessed them before, to give it a go, because it's just mind-blowing, isn't it? And there's always something there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's endless, because they hold the records of your soul essence. So it's all the past, all the present, and all what the potential futures could be too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So recently I've had a lovely time with all your crystal healing practitioners. Yeah, that's been amazing. Just showing people what their connection to crystals is. Yeah, it was
Yes.
truly magical. Yeah, truly magical.
Yeah. So that came about, I guess, I was preparing for this new course that I was putting together, which I got a very strong pull from my guides to do this, that I had to go out and share crystals and share and teach about crystals in a new way, because so much had been coming through for me, like, rapidly, and I had to share it. And I knew that I thought of you, and I thought I need to explore my own connection, because I wanted to understand a little bit more about that. So I said to you, can we try this in a session? I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm thinking, if it works, I want to actually, give this to all the students who are coming through and doing this crystal healer course, because I feel like, for many of us who are healers or practitioners, we've done this before. Like, there is no doubt about it, that we're here at this particular time. And like you said, we're just coming back home when we kind of reconnect to our gifts.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to explore and understand, like, what's the crystal stuff, like why. It's always been there, but I wanted to really understand it properly. And it was just such a beautiful experience with you. And I got to meet my mother. Which so strange. It sounds so strange, but when I was there, I mean, my mother was a vibration, right? It was an energetic field, and it was a crystal. It was this super, super crystal.
I can feel that now. You just mentioned it, like, oh, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, my mother energy. And it was so interesting because then just a couple of weeks after that, I was reading this book and I remember showing you the passage, and it said that,
right.
yeah, it said that, like, there's beliefs that, like, ancient beliefs that some humans have been born from a crystal. And that just blew my mind because I was reading, I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's been validated. It's in a book and now it's validated, but it's true.
Yeah. And then actually not long after our session, I then went and had I had another session with another with a star seed channeler, and she just, I hadn't told you this actually, but she said to me, "You are so old." Like older than, she was like, you're older than Lemuria, older than all those ancient civilizations. And I felt that when I went back with you.
It was as ancient and as old as time itself, wasn't
it? Yeah. So even as I'm saying that.
Okay. No, same here.
Yeah. So it was again, I feel like these experiences are validating. And they help build our confidence and also our ability to, create neuro pathways so that we understand what we do and we have that confidence, the courage to really seek out more and to try new things, right? Because we actually have this within us. So in our human experience, if we can just have someone to nudge us forward, or hold that space while we explore, it's so powerful. It's so powerful because otherwise we just sit there and wonder, right? We just sit there in
absolutely. No, definitely.
Yeah.
And so what I was just talking to Loretta before was what was interesting with her crystal practitioners course with that group. Most of them have on their journeys have connected with emerald, and Loretta was saying, really, when we think about her journey, it was about this ancient mother vibration and energy was emerald. So it's like, so what's going on there? Yes, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So thank you so much for also, being a part of the journey with my students as well, and for helping them also validate, parts of their own story and their soul journeys, whether it be past or present or future, because
no, absolutely. It was once again, and truly an honor. It's just lovely to see people. Okay, yes, that's right. It's right.
Yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I guess just a couple of things. When you think about studying Reiki with me, I mean, you talked a little bit about it before, but was there anything else that I guess you would like to share about the experience, and anything else that you really enjoyed or some takeaways, that kind of thing?
So, I think really it's much more than learning Reiki. As I said, it really is about being soul coaching. It's about being really seeing for all the potential that you have. So, and you always just lift us up. And the community you create. So it's so nice because, we're all we all are living in this 3D world, and often there might not be lots of other people we know outside the Reiki group that are into all this sort of stuff. So it's really lovely because we connect through, you know, once a month through the mastership group. But also, you know, I mean, last time I got my hair done was by one of your students. You know, that's lovely too. That you know, there's more than, so it's more than just learning a course. It's joining a community. And you've always offering, you know, you're just so generous with your time and your support. Yeah. So
thank you so much, Sarah. That it really means a lot to me, and I can't tell you how special it is to sit here now and just watching you really just in your element. And you know, I'm hearing your tribe saying, yes, thank you, Loretta.
Absolutely, there's no doubt.
Finally, yay.
Yeah, that's right. No, it's So yeah, for all those reasons, I would say to anyone, and even just do Reiki 1, so that you've got that, you can understand a little bit about how you can help yourself, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It is really that.
Yeah, and it won't stop at Reiki. It won't stop at Reiki 1, but you know, start there and just understand what's simple and available to you, and it's universe. You know, it's just unconditional love.
Yeah, absolutely. There is something so special, I think, when you have this self practice and you have a tool that, you know, as we were just talking about before, that really allows you just to step away from life and all of life stuff, and just you have something so simple, because it is so easy to learn, right? It's so simple to just help you access a deeper connection to yourself, but also to everything and everyone, and ultimately that unconditional love. It is so special. Yeah,
it really is. Yeah, and life changing.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sarah, for your time and for sharing your story and your journey with us. And I will see you very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.